going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You know who it is by now.
Jimothy.
Now, ladies and gents, I thought I would showcase to you my Prank Kids deck profile. Now, warning, ladies and gents, this deck is still actually in process. I'm still waiting on a few more hand traps, and I'm still kind of refining the build to see basically what works best with the current meta. Nonetheless, here is the profile, ladies and gents. If there are any concerns or anything that you think that I should change or include, definitely get at me in that comment section below. So let's get straight into the profile. Now, I'm not going to go through every card, ladies and gents, but I'm sure by now you will have an idea of what the Prank Kids cards do. And for the most part, you want to max out on all your Prank Kids. So you're playing triple Roxies, triple Dropsies, triple Fansies, and triple Lampsies. All of them have an effect where if they're used for a fusion or a link to basically special summon from deck, and they all have a unique effect on top of that, whether it be burn damage, increasing your life points by 1000, Foolish Burial, a Prank Kids card, or banishing and discarding one, banishing one and then drawing one. So you kind of need to play them. It's the whole engine. It keeps the thing going basically. So maxing out on all the Prank Kids cards, ladies and gents. Next, for some a bit of utility. Now, this is where the contention lies, ladies and gents. I'm playing one Dino Wrestler Pancratops. He needs no introduction. Again, I'll put him in a lot of my decks. He can out problem cards, whether that be back row, whether that be monsters. Typically, he's very big at 2600. He can beat over a lot of things and then tribute himself just to pop a card. So I definitely play him at 1. I think it's kind of foolish in today's meta to not have a main deck removal, especially with things like the Buster Lock being around. It's a good idea to be able to kind of like run this card, to be able to deal with things like that, because the Buster Lock kind of shuts this deck down, to be honest. Next, we are playing triple Parallel Exceed. Now, this is the contentious point, ladies and gents. Yes, I'm playing Parallel Exceed, mainly because I want to go into my Trap Tricks Rafflesia to obviously be able to make use of my Gravedigger's Trap Hole, which I have not put in here yet, which I'm gonna have to, I don't know where I've actually put it. It was in my last profile, but yeah. So triple Parallel Exceed, ladies and gents, you should know what it does. If it does, once you link summon, you can special summon this card from your hand to where that link card points to that zone, and then you can special another Parallel Exceed from the deck. Now, that's an activated effect, so it does activate on the second chain, but both of these become level 4, so basically it's a free rank 4 if it goes uninterrupted, and hence why I'm running it, because this deck can fall quite hard to Nibiru if the Nibiru is timed well, and obviously Trap Trick Rafflesia kind of like mitigates that. So yeah. Next, onto the hand traps, ladies and gents. Now, by all means, you can play whatever hand traps you like. These are just the ones that I found. Like I said, I'm waiting on some Ash Blossoms from Maximum Gold that I'm going to put in here. But for the most part, I'm running 3 Ghost Ogre, just in case I run into Numeron. I'm also running 3 Effect Veiler, because my infinite impermanencies are somewhere and I just do not know where. So 3 Effect Veiler. And I'm also running, as a bit of a secret, saucy, spicy tech, Red Blossoms from Underroot. Now, what Red Blossoms from Underroot does, basically it banishes a spell trap from either graveyard to special summon itself. Then you contribute this card, target a Link, Synchro, Fusion, or XYZ monster in, I believe it's your opponent's graveyard, banish that card, and then you can special summon a Link, Fusion, XYZ, or Synchro card, depending on opposite from the one that you banish. So if you banish the Synchro, you get to pick from the other 3. If you banish XYZ, then you can obviously summon a Link, a Synchro, and a Fusion monster. It's a nice little tech. Again, this is a little bit contentious. As soon as my Ash Blossoms arrive, this is probably what I'm going to be taking out. So but nonetheless, it's a nice little tech just to see how it kind of like gets on. Next, onto the spells and the traps. We are running, because I do not own all 3 just yet, 1 terraforming, 1 fusion recycling plant, and double Prank Kids Place. Now, ladies and gents, I would max out on Prank Kids Place, but I've only got the 2 for the time being. And because there's been no reprint and because there's so much hype around Prank Kids, this is just skyrocketing in price. So I'm kind of just holding out. I don't really want to spend 20 quid on a field spell. But Fusion Recycling Plant is a nice little substitute. Can recycle one of your monsters that you used for a fusion summon in the end phase. And it can add a polymerization to hand. So yeah, it kind of works. It kind of works. Next, we're running 2 Prank Kids Pranks. This is a Digusto Emerald, and it actually generates a token. So yeah, you do burn for a lot of resources in Prank Kids, ladies and gents, so you kind of want to manage it properly. We're also playing double Prank Kids Pandemonium, quick play fusion spell. Nothing really needs to be said more than that. You can go straight into your Battle Butler, which is probably your main form of disruption. But yeah, I play that at 2. Also, for some more fusion spells, we're running 1 polymerization, 1 instant fusion, and 1 thunder dragon fusion. This actually works really well, especially if you've got setup, and it does not take a lot to be able to get this set up in your grave. So what it does, you can shuffle back the monsters in from your grave or your banish zone to special summon out your Battle Butler, because it's actually a thunder fusion monster, which is really cool. And then on the following turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard to actually search one of your Prank Kids monsters, which is actually a thunder monster, which is really useful. Yeah, so I am actually taking that at 1. And instant fusion and polymerization need no introduction. Bring instant fusion back, please. We want it at 2 at least. Finally, for the last of the spells, we are running triple Cosmic Cyclone. Again, this is mainly for the Buster Lock. Obviously, this is an easy side out. This is kind of like a flexi spot. You could take these out and put more hand traps in, which is it's not a problem if you do. Again, it's entirely up to you, ladies and gents. It is entirely up to you. And then finally, we're playing the 1 Call by the Grave. Sometimes you see it's a bit sacky at the moment, especially with it at 1. Again, that could be changed for anything else, because the likelihood of you seeing this is very, very low. But hey, if you do, then there you go. You got a bit of disruption or a bit of insurance for your plays. And then finally, we're playing 2 Prank Kids Place, and we are actually playing the 1 Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I don't know where it's gone actually, but basically Gravedigger's Trap Hole is there just to negate Nibiru. Prank Kids Place, you know what it does. It can actually recur some of your Prank Kids cards by banishing itself from the graveyard. So yeah, definitely a good shout there. Next, ladies and gents, on to the extra deck. We're running 2 Prank Kids Rocket Ride. Again, the ratios on these are a little bit funny. I'm still waiting on some extra deck monsters. I'm probably going to drop this down to 1, because typically you only need to go into 1, but I'm running 2 at the moment. Also running 2 Prank Kids Weather Washer. Again, this is probably an easy one-off. I'm thinking about putting a Nightmare Unicorn in here in one of its place, but we shall see. Depends on when that arrives as well. One thing that I'm not negotiating on, ladies and gents, is the Prank Kids Battle Butler. I like having 2, especially with Thunder Dragon Fusion. You can go into this multiple times, and with the new link, meow meow moo, it just wipes your board. It can Raigeki your opponent's board twice in 1 turn, basically. So definitely a good shot on the Prank Kids Battle Butler. For XYZs, we are running 1 Traptrix Rafflesia. This is this there for Nibiru. I am looking to put in Totally Awesome. I'm waiting on some maximum gold cards, which is probably what's going to be put in, as well as a Traptrix Rafflesia. But we're going to see how that pans out, ladies and gents. But she's there just to stop Nibiru, basically. For our links, we are running the brand new Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo. If you do not know what this does, it basically makes all your Prank Kids a 1-card combo, because they'll be able to basically special summon themselves, special summon the other Prank Kids from deck, and just be able to combo off. And this just helps. It could have had no effect, ladies and gents, and it would still been hella effective. So definitely double Prank Kids Meow Meow Moo. We're also running 2 Prank Kids Bow Wow Bark, as well as 2 Prank Kids Doodle Doodle Doo. This is probably arguably the most useful, because it adds a spell or trap, and it can add Prank Kids back to your from your graveyard back to your hand by banishing it, sending this card to the graveyard. Very, very powerful card. And then finally, we are running the one Prank Kids Rip Roaring Roaster just for that Harpy's Feather Duster like effect. Again, if you've got Meow Meow Moo engraved, you can banish Meow Meow Moo to a Harpy's Feather Duster to your opponent's field, and if they set up again, then you can literally do it again by tributing it, because it's not a once per turn. And then finally, for the OTK, we have Borosaur Dragon. No, I don't own Access Code Talker, but if I did, I would definitely put him in there. And that is it, ladies and gents. Like I said, this profile is not complete, but I wanted to show you what I had at the moment. If there's anything that I should change or include, definitely get at me in that comment section below. And as always, we find ourselves at the end of another video. If you did enjoy this content, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I will definitely see you guys on the next video. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.